Greetings! Stay a while and listen to me, Marauderex, as we play more Unicorn Overlord. Alright, so off screen I have done a couple of things. I did get all of the maps from the treasure digging. So I did do that. And did I sell all of the... I didn't sell all of the iron ore, but I sold a lot of the iron ore. So I've got a decent amount of money, 69,000. Nice. So that'll help as we kind of continue on, which we can go the southwest bridge of Grand Corinne. We've got the priestess abducted. We cannot do the Battle of Sorm for now. But there's a lot we still have access to that we need to do. And there's Sorm Town. So let's... And... get a Divine Shard that I completely missed. Because, you know, I am just that observant. We're gonna get some materials. I can get these. I can't go too much farther south before we hit Drakenhold, which that's one of the next areas that we can access, which we don't want to do now because we've got plenty of stuff we can do here. Have I explored this? I have not. A revival orb. And you are just free honors. What are the rebels doing out in the middle of nowhere? And Battle of Ontaria is level 7. That's, you know, that's where I'm not at. I'm a little ahead of that, but it's fine. Let's do this. There are a couple of other characters I need to recruit too. Well, this is a small map. We've got archers and we've got a griffin unit. And that's their thing. Like, they're going to try to rush it, but like, as long as you can deploy a unit, any unit, doesn't matter which one. But let's throw out some of our units that maybe aren't getting as much love.
Let's get this over with.
And
by the grace of the Holy Unicorn,
let's see. You're not doing a ton of damage. You're doing 0 damage. Why am I doing so little damage
Enough standing around.
to both of these units? I'm very confused at this point. And we'll just leave you there for now.
Just say the word. My go, is it?
Let's see. Let's move you to the back line. And anytime you make a change like this, it's going to change something. See, now I'm doing 26 points of damage.
Sure.
That's something to kind of keep in mind. I really don't know why I'm doing so little damage to them.
How do I overcome these odds?
Well,
I was going to say, no, I was sending Morton after you, and Morton's killing you.
handled that pretty well.
That was a little creepy, Morton. I probably need to remove Sharon as the leader. I don't know who I would have as leader. Maybe Ausch.
Our success is inevitable.
I mean, our success is inevitable, kind of.
My go,
But,
is
like, I'm doing very little damage to this group, because they've got a thief in the
I
lead.
refuse to yield.
Yeah, nothing happens. They do no damage to me, I do no damage to them. That's fun. Alright.
You got orders for me? Be there before you know it.
Let's go ahead and have you do this, because that's aggravating me.
Be over in a sec.
Do the bulk of damage, however, didn't kill the thief. Let's see, can I...
Success is inevitable.
I can do that now. There we go. Really? Okay, sure.
In the cruel flames of
I moved
But
forward
level
in
ups
my
for
life.
everyone.
I always
That's...
held such potential.
Yeah, I might make my offensive caster the leader of that group. Right now they've got healing assists, which is nice, but I'm probably not going to use it. At least for the time being. That's fine. We don't need to save progress. And we took out a bunch of people. Blancmange. At least I think that's how you say that. I think it's a... I actually have no idea what it is. I don't think it's a food. Might be. Thanks a billion for liberating the fort. And we've got... soldiers. Who can beat the soldiers? No one I've got can beat the soldiers. They're the closest, because they've got 2 knights with them. Okay, that is very different. Okay, expand units. I don't have enough to expand. I've only got 38. So we'll wait a little bit. And hey, that's who I wanted to find. That's Selvi. And here we go.
Ugh, what a mess. No money for a hired sword either.
Excuse us, ma'am. Is something the matter?
Oh, whatever might...
She seems not to have hurt me.
How can I fight the soldiers of the damned?
Let me talk to her. Hello?
Whoa. When did you... How did you... Who are you people?
We're with the Liberation Army.
Ah, the ones who defy Zenoira's rule.
Our apologies for startling you.
Nonsense. I share the blame for not minding my surroundings.
May we ask what you're doing here exactly?
I was researching this magic sigil, but I've encountered a roadblock, one I have no possible means of resolving alone.
What kind of roadblock are we talking?
When I awakened the sigil, it breathed life into spectral beings, warriors lost to time, who attacked me with reckless abandon.
Hey! Warn a guy before you start telling ghost stories. Yet you appear to be unharmed. How about that?
Well, I wasn't finished with my story, now was I? As the phantoms creeped ever closer, I was certain my time was finally up. I closed my eyes and waited for the end, but it never came. There wasn't so much as a scratch on my beautiful skin.
Odd.
After repeated attempts met the same conclusion, I've reached a hypothesis. These ghosts, as you call them, are nothing more than illusions birthed of an ancient sorcery. And the grounds we stand upon were used in days of yore to cultivate strength against the antagonistic apparitions.
Yeah, that's a lot you just dropped on us. What I'm not getting is, how's any of that a problem? If they can't lay a finger on you, it should be easy enough to keep doing your thing, right?
That depends on the thing. I want to know what happens when all of the Sigil's guardians are defeated. But I'm just one woman, and hardly capable of such a feat alone.
Hence the worry.
Yes, I've made it my goal of late to study the effects of combating the illusions. And should you be willing to help with my research, I'd be more than glad to join this liberation of yours.
Alright, so we can agree or refuse. Why would you refuse? I don't know, but...
I understand. We'll do whatever we can to assist. I was hoping you'd say that. Lady's got me all curious now.
You mean it? Oh, that's wonderful.
So the sigil fights are it's a series of quests, but it's also repeatable fights. And Sylvia's a shaman who is basically just the master of debuffs. That is her class's whole shtick. They have very little in terms of offense. Most of their offensive abilities are going to be granted through other items. But yeah. But these are repeatable fights. Sigil Trial Beginner 1. And for the most part, they're the same fight over and over again. There's some slight differences here and there. So like in this map here, we've got,
The day will be ours.
you know, a watchtower here, a watchtower here, the town here. The town here will always be here because it's mimicked off of the real the world map. The watchtowers, however, may not always be here, or they may be in slightly different positions. Like it could be down here or farther up here. There's some that you'll start running into that have siege weapons, and they might be in a slightly different place. But for the most part, they're all going to be kind of the same. I think each sigil battle has like 2 variations. So like you either get this one like A, or one with, you know, the towers in a slightly different place, it'll be B, and that's really it. So that's how this all runs, and it's not terrible. It's like, this is not the worst
It's over with. Just say the word.
system, because
Going.
this prevents us from having to have random battles. That was one thing I kind of disliked about Final Fantasy Tactics, was I couldn't travel without getting into random encounters that I may have a harder time with than the
On it.
story missions. Because one thing about Final
Let's
Fantasy
see what you
Tactics
can do.
was the story battles were at a set level. The random encounters scaled with you. So the random encounters would always be around your level.
Should have seen that coming.
So, you know, things to notice.
Your villainy ends here.
Alright.
Well fought.
And for the most part, these don't have a super long time limit. But
The path is set.
they are
Enough standing around.
doable.
Sure.
Like, none of these fights are super difficult
Waiting for this.
by the time you get to them.
Knew that was
Because
coming.
if you level appropriately, you'll run into them around the same level that you're at. They just happen to be repeatable, so that if you have people who aren't that level in your party,
Just say the word.
you can,
Going.
you know, get some decent XP.
About time. I'm going.
So,
Face me.
Be
no.
over in a sec.
Your villainy
Well, I
ends
don't.
here.
Well, I don't want that. I don't want to be moved that far back.
I must never yield.
Alright,
You got
I'm gonna
orders
do
for me?
this. We're gonna hasten to call. She's gonna go after
take it
the
from
watchtower.
About time. Be there before you know
And
We march.
Elaine will go after
To me.
that. Meanwhile, Morgan's gonna sit here and just beat the crap out of these guys.
Rush them good.
So, yeah, these fights, not terrible. And I think it's an interesting means of, you know, allowing for some power leveling.
it. Never stood a chance.
So let's see how well we do against this group.
Come then.
Not an outright kill, but close.
Enough standing around. Sure.
Actually, I'm going to have you stop, and I'm going to have Morgan deal with it, because, you know, he's got some level 7s in his group.
Let's see what you can do.
So, you know, any extra XP, that's the whole point of these things, isn't it? And there they go, level 8.
A toast.
In service of the crown.
And that's a nice level up for Chloe. I like that. And then for the first completion, you get some, well, for each completion, you get military treatises. For your first completion, you get some as part of the quest. But so I think this one will always give us 5 of that version of military treatise. And then you also get gold, honors, and renown. So, you know, it's a good way to farm. So yeah, we get a lapis pendant, Dew of Vitality, and 3 additional for completing that part of the quest. Alright, so she's like, oh, there's more sigils all over the world. We need to go handle them. So we're going to go do that. And then I've got the military treatises. I've got 8 now. Let's see. I can level up Adele.
Even better than Clive now.
There's always
Rolf.
more to learn.
Now everyone's level 8. That's what I want. I can get Bruno to level 9.
Getting stronger by the day.
Which is a good thing. Anyone else close to level? I'll get 150.
One of the many benefits of old age.
Get Yana up to level 9. And I can get Auburn to level 9. No, I can't. You all should know by now, I'm not so good with the math. I didn't piece out together. Barricade kit, okay. And we've got some fish, some apples. That is this area's rare item. A divine shard. I can't do anything there. I figured, like, I look at that and it's like, oh, I should be able to examine that like I can other places. No. Miracle fruit. I think we've gotten one of those before. I'm probably not going to use it anytime soon. Yeah, I've got 3. A mysterious fruit that increases the target's level by 1. They're brave apples. For those of you who are familiar with the Shining series, they're brave apples. It's an instant level up for whoever you use it on. Like, that is their function, and you can find a fair number of them. They are going to be all over the place. But I did not use any in my last place. I hoarded them. Like, you know, most people, like, that say, oh, I don't want to lose this. Townsperson, Knights of the Liberation, might I ask you a favor? Are having bandit troubles as of late? As far as I can tell, they're using Fort Zelkova as base of operation. Okay, yeah. Consider the problem dealt with. There may be few in number, but there's a woman who's as tough as they come. Okay, I remember this. And we've gotten Mille. The Crown Prince himself, and the rumors were true. Forgive my lack of decorum, Your Highness. I'm the Knight Mille, and I have a request of you. Should you ride out to dispatch those bandits, I beg that you take me with you. Oh, and why would you ask such a thing? I'm looking for someone. I believe her to be among their number. So, this is one of those where we have to do something very specific in order to get a character. And so, yeah, we do have to do this to kind of continue on. But we can come over here, and this is the person we want to talk to for the Princess Abducted. So first we're going to do this stage. I should probably see if Mille gets her own unit, or if I need to assign her a unit. I don't remember.
The Liberation, huh? Well, I've heard it, they're barely old enough to drink, let alone wage righteous war.
Captain.
Pray, leave this matter to me. Whatever vain title these rebels have granted themselves, they're not but a pack of spoiled striplings playing knight. Striplings who'll soon find their bones pounded to flour.
Well, convince me. The Vanguard's yours. Just keep your head strapped on, will you? We're thieves, not common thugs.
You have my word, sir.
I don't know about that new recruit of yours, boss. The girl's got guts and she works like a mule, but she ain't common folk like us.
Last I remember, I never asked you your pedigree. And I don't care to ask hers, neither.
So this is a fight where we will have Mille, and she's looking for Nina. Like, obviously, it's kind of apparent. Okay, so she's in her own troop. And that's what we want. So, our goal in this battle is to capture a bandit stronghold, Fort Zelkova. Alright. So, what we have to do in this fight is we have to have her talk and then defeat Bryce. If you come across a woman named Nina amongst our ranks, I ask you let me speak with her. She's my sister. Alright. So, Mille temporarily joins the Liberation Army. And can we see who is where before we start deploying people? We've got some heavy soldiers. We've got some archers. There is Nina. We have to have Nina talk to. And then we got an item hidden there, item there, and we have a campsite. Campsites, anyone in that range when we use an encampment will have their health restored and their stamina restored, at least to a degree. So I am going to go with some very mobile units because we have these wonderful barricades. And this is kind of telling how the Valor skills can be used for things other than, you know, doing damage.
Where's my prey?
So what we're going to do is we're going to use Mille. We're going to move her here. And then we are going to heavy swing. And then everything in that range is going to just get destroyed. Because that's what it does. It just instantly destroys barricades. And that's it.
I await your next command.
Alright, let's send you there. We do need to get some Valor so that I can take out this group of those.
I'll not let you down.
And
I'll be there soon.
we'll take advantage of Mille doing additional damage to heavily armored units. Let's show her team off. And ranged assist. And yeah, just cuts through them like a hot knife through butter. However, you know, they don't get a ton of AP on their own. You do have to, you know, you do have to work with them. Alright, I'm going to let them come to me, get some AP,
You face me.
so that we can use another heavy swing, which this should be enough.
Just keep getting tougher.
That should be enough. Yep.
Is it my turn?
And then everyone in there. I can't also get him, which kind of upsets me. But I can get everyone in there. And there's a hidden item that I could not see before. Alright. We're gonna take you out.
Come then.
And
Victory grows ever closer. We march.
we are going to hopefully stop you before
Been waiting for this.
before you get a Valor skill off, because I just realized you're charging a Valor skill, as is he.
I stand
Alright. We can go
On my
talk
way.
to the target.
Splendid.
And a conveyance stone. That's wonderful. And another hit.
Be over in a sec.
You're done. And we'll get that item.
Bragging over. What are we doing? About time.
And one of the benefits of flying units is they can fly over barricades. That is really one of their greatest strengths. Because we will run into so many fights with just obnoxiously placed barricades.
Must have gotten lucky.
And a hollowed Cornash. And talk. Nina. Is that you, Mille? What are you doing here? Coming to get you back. Mother and father are worried sick about you. Only worry our father has is for his own reputation. That's a complicated question. All began when she failed in her attempt to achieve knighthood. She's always been brilliant, you know? Far more so than I. And most orders of knights will take any hands they can get. Must have had a good reason for rejecting her. Next person, I will beat you with my hammer. Alright. I'm
Fight may already be lost.
going to take some damage. I'm going to take a lot of damage. Mostly because this is just it's the same team, and she's just got an advantage. So I'm gonna lose that fight. And
I may be in trouble.
I'm going to use... I don't want to use a silver hourglass. I don't want to use a revival orb. But I'm going to use these things. Because I want
Time is with us.
to
We only
guarantee...
keep our focus.
Let's see. And I'm going to use Valorious Order. Hopefully this will
Excellent.
Victory is all but assured.
help. I want her to beat her sister.
I'll not lose.
Alright.
It's been some time since we last sparred, Mille. I suppose you'll be needing a reminder of my skill.
Somehow I feel that the only way I'll track her home is by force.
Prepare to be crushed beneath the weight of my hammer.
Alright, so... talk to Nina with Mille, and you'll find she's not too heavy about the situation. After the conversation ends, you'll have to defeat her in order to get her to calm down.
The heart does ache.
She does pack a punch. After defeating her, you'll claim the counter belt from her. Okay. She'll take off. With all that done,
According to plan.
capture the town. You'll get a healing font. And then we just take out Bryce. Okay. And
March. Onward.
I'm going to move.
Prepare to be crushed.
All right, let's see. We've already beaten her, so I don't think we're going to get any more. Yeah, we're not going to get any more. Heavy swing. Guard seal. Guard seal is really what makes them so useful.
A victory well earned. A straightforward victory.
And we get the counter belt.
Enough of this savagery, Nina. Come home, I beg of you.
I have no home. Not anymore. My failure as a knight has stamped a permanent blemish on our noble family's honor. That's what Father would say. I'm certain of it.
If I may, Mille is here because she loves you, Nina. Honor and knighthood have nothing to do with it. The rift in your family is stark, that much I can tell.
but I'd advise you mend it all the same. If not for you, then for your sister.
I'll not take counsel from a blue-haired fop, thank you. As if you could possibly understand the pain I've suffered. I hope you get tiny bits of eggshell in all your omelets for the rest of your life.
So much for convincing her.
No matter how hot her blood boils, that's as harsh as her tongue can get. She truly is proper to a fault. Long were the days she'd wax poetic about the virtues of knighthood, and her dream of becoming a shield to the weak.
Not exactly a temperament suited to banditry.
So yeah, that's, you know. But we don't get her quite yet. But we are going to have her take over, and we'll garrison this town.
Hardly ideal. I'll be there soon.
And campsite. Hey, we get to learn about campsites officially. They can only be used once per fight, though.
Location captured.
And folks from the Liberation are hearing so much about. Here, take this. Healing font. Alright. You come down here and get that.
About time.
And then you take them out.
Your villainy ends here.
And we have some healers we need to deal with.
Well fought.
And I'm going to deploy Joseph's unit to go deal with the healers.
What would you ask? As you wish. Now then.
And... oh, we found a hidden unit. That's wonderful.
A trivial undertaking.
And they're going after Joseph's unit as well. That's fine.
I've not chosen my grave yet.
No, Joseph, you never choose your grave.
Come.
That's because you're level 20 and the rest of us are level 8.
A trivial undertaking.
Alright. Oh, crap. I am also running out of time.
What are we doing?
Alright. Let's, let's hasten to call.
To me.
And let's go ahead and do some damage to you.
I've arrived.
And we'll do this to heal.
We march.
And then you can go over there.
The path is set.
And you're going to hasten call yourself. Because you're also my caster, and we need to do additional damage.
You got orders for me?
Time is no friend to us now.
Yeah, time is definitely no
What are we
friend.
doing? Be there before you know it.
Alright, I think I can still pull this out.
I shall hold nothing back.
I do need some, I do need to see the story. So let's go ahead and...
Been waiting for this.
I thought I would do a little bit more damage to this. But let's see. Let's... let's change this to prioritize armor. And I do a little bit more damage because I'm attacking the front row. But I want to see why this is not doing more damage. I mean, I know he's got some pretty high defense.
Looks like I don't have a choice.
Yeah, they're not doing a ton of damage. They're not hitting me for one. Oh, it's because you. Why did you take no damage from that? Alright, that's a fair bit of damage. And most of that gets healed. Okay. Let's
About time.
let's do this.
I'll not fail you.
That's not going to do nearly enough. Let's see. Well, I can't do damage, so let's get some money. Because I've basically got this entire team just...
I shall try my best.
No holding back.
Really? Alright, I gotta take out Bryce. Why can I not take out that guy?
Blood will... I fear for our safety. I have my... Defeat will... I shall try my best.
Alright, this is actually kind of pissing me off. Because I should not be this... I should not be doing this poorly against this team. Let's see. I don't think I have anything... I mean, I can do that to get a little bit more. Let's do this. Prioritize combatant type. Let's do... Because there is no flying in this. So maybe I can hope that that'll do something. No, not enough.
'Tis a deficient plan. I have my doubts.
God, I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate that I can't do the damage to him that I want to do.
I fear for I shall try my best.
Because he is just a wall. There we go. Thankfully. Okay. Now the rest of them are going to go down like a sack of potatoes.
Been waiting for this.
You face me.
No holding back.
Alright, I've already beaten Bryce, so I'm not going to get the cutscene. Why did you not guard her for that?
You might learn something.
And, okay, they're both done. That's enough to take them both out. Finally. That was probably the crappiest fight I've had so far.
Just leave it to last.
And they all level up to 9. That's wonderful.
Staying here for now.
And we get the Ironclad Tower Shield, which is going to be great for Hot. Don't stand much chance against knights like you. All units retreat. Yep, Bryce he's all about runs. Far faster than I would expect a man of his size to run. Alright. So we complete that. And I hope I did that right to where we can get Nina.
Looks like all our boys made it out in one piece.
Shook off anyone that might be following too.
Rats ain't the sharpest animal in the bunch, but we always know when to tuck our tails and scurry home.
I've failed you, Captain. I made lofty promises of a victory fair and true, yet all I could muster was a beaten whimper. And now we've lost the very stronghold we call home.
Couple of walls don't mean weak ale to a pack of thieves. It's not like us to stick around one place too long anyway. But I am cutting you loose.
I'm... sorry?
Well, never came up before, but us rats don't got much in the way of family. Orphans and scamps, the whole lot.
How does that...
A fellow of yours gave me the whole scoop. You got people out there who want you home more than life itself.
Those people are nothing to me. I've renounced my past just like they renounced me.
You say that now, but you'll regret it when death comes knocking. There's no making good with a tombstone, kid. So go on, your sister's waiting for you.
Don't forget to take your share of the loot on your way out.
Oh, and get out of the thieving life, will ya? Get yourself clean before the dirt's sunk in too deep to wash off.
My friends.
All in all, the rock rats aren't such bad guys. And in fact, I think we can recruit Bryce as well.
I I find it difficult to consider this campaign a successful one. We set the bandits to rout, but lost sight of Nina in the process.
You have my gratitude nonetheless, Your Highness. I'll begin my search for her anew right away. Nina!
I accept defeat. You win, Mille.
Then you'll come home with me? Mother and Father have been beside themselves with worry.
That I can't do. Not yet.
Whatever do you mean?
I first plan to join the Liberation and fight beside them to bring Zenoira to heal.
You do?
All this time I fussed and fretted over achieving knighthood. But a woman needs no title to stand in defense of another.
True enough.
And thus I'll fight and see my dream of shielding the weak fulfilled.
It's a tough gig, you know. We'd all have kicked it 100 times over if we didn't have Elaine here leading the charge.
Not to mention that we're almost always outnumbered. Though all the more reason to accept volunteers, I'd say.
I'm prepared to weather whatever hardship comes before us. What do you say, Your Highness? Will you grant me the honor I so greatly desire?
A fair proposal.
Yep, we're going to accept.
'Tis a noble cause to stand in defense of those who can't defend themselves. It's one I aspire to myself. Let us take up that fight together.
My thanks, Your Highness. As for the rest of you, I'll dedicate every fiber of my being to our cause. I only request your patience as I do so.
You don't even have to ask. Good to have you aboard, Nina.
Can't complain about another pair of hands.
I see there'll be no dissuading you on this. Rest assured, you can leave matters at home to me.
Thank you, Mille. And please, tell Mother and Father I love them.
So we don't get to recruit Mille. She stays. She was just a temporary. But if you did things this way, you will get her sister as a permanent. So we've completed that. And we get a recruit's hand axe, a barricade kit, and the thieves, along with 15 renown. Thank you for everything, Your Highness. I can finally return home in peace. Just watch out for Nina. Mille's unit leaves, Nina's unit joins. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here, and I will see you all in the next installment, where we will continue on. So till then, later everyone.